Hello, hello. So happy 2/5, um, May 25th, 2/5. Anyways, um, I love big round dates like this, and these kind of special dates are so easy to remember. So I want to bring out something on these nice. I call them round dates. That's just what my mind calls them. So in this video, I want to present the one page mind. So this is kind of the source of my brain's ability to hold everything. It is having only one page. Right? That's the limitation. If I had only one page, right? What do I put on it that can hold everything I need it to hold? And something clicked, and I've been working nonstop for the last 2 days and really last 2 months. There's multiple things, but one of the things that clicked is that when I am able to put myself into this sheet, like right here, something magical happens, right? There is it becomes an infinite loop where I see where I am in these pages, right? So when I hold this page right here, this one right in front of me, right? And I hold it like this. And on this page right here, right, I have myself in it. It activates a certain loop in me that I see myself. It activates it whatever's on the page gets extrapolated into my physical environment at the same time. That's the wild thing. And I have coalesced everything that I've been working on, every single thing, first down to the 6 dimensions of our reality, right? And I skip the spiritual for now and use physical, symbolic, social, emotional, and experiential, right? This plus sign has been my memory anchor for everything. It works so beautifully. Okay. And here's the thing. Um, I'm working on myself as well, right? All these videos are a way of me continuously pushing up, challenging my social anxiety, challenging my freeze response that has had me stuck right here inside my emotional hole for pretty much my entire existence. I'm 38 years old, right? That's how many years. I don't remember a time when I didn't have massive social anxieties, crushing emotional, just everything, right? I try feeling um, good, right? And it'll work for like a day or two, maybe, right? Even with all this kind of development, somehow, right, my cup of self-esteem, right? Somehow, even when I feel like wow, I've made so much progress, when I go to bed, I wake up the next day, everything resets. It's like I had a full cup yesterday, and like the next day, it's empty. So I've been waiting for years and years, and I just keep collecting more and more skills and knowledge and spells, thinking, oh, maybe that'll be enough. Maybe that'll be enough. I kind of see I want to say providence underneath my challenges. It's because of this endless need to feel to feel good enough, right? So I kept adding value to myself, and it still wasn't enough. That I accumulated, right, so much that it kind of created a critical mass here. And this is how Enlightened Mastery University was born. It started out with me just like with sheer desperation. I just couldn't figure out life. I couldn't. I'm like so massively ADHD that even now, like creating websites and writing things, I still struggle with consistent effort, right? Uh, Organizing and finishing physical task around the house is hit or miss, right? And don't even talk to me about social skills, right? Like massive social anxiety, like utterly shut me down every single time. Every time I would talk to somebody, my mind would just like blank out, like there would be nobody there. You know how frustrating that is for just like every single time with almost no exception. And there are some exceptions, but then every time I thought like, oh, I figured it out, a new wave of anxiety would like lock me down again, and I would find myself once again in the bottom of this emotional hole. And with my last video, or the video before, I don't remember anymore, I talked about my history, not to blame anybody, but to really understand, like, oh, this is why I am utterly in the hole. Like, anything that could have happened to me, like, I'm pretty sure I was raised with a let them cry it out policy, having moved um, countries and language when I was 6, at the critical age when kids were forming friendships, mine was cut. I had to learn English in a emotionally hostile environment, so all my English got anchored to this anxiety and fear, and then add schooling and writing, like being forced to write, otherwise you'll fail, and the rest of your life is failing. It's like like it's like writing, like forced writing camp. So then I got trapped, being unable to write. Um, and as a kid, I had a traditional Chinese mom who, they mean well, but what they do is like they do everything for the kid so that the kid only needed to focus on studying, which, they mean well, but the effect was that as a little kid, I didn't get to do the things that would give me self-efficacy, the things that would teach me how to do the little things in life, like the daily routines, like the just this every little there's micro skills that I just never quite picked up because I was the smallest one in my family. And I could remember just my entire life, all the way past until like college, I was just drifting along. It's just like, okay, where are we going? Like I was never asked what I like. What I'm making this up. I'm not sure. But what it felt like was that like my wants and needs were not important, you know? And I just followed along, like, okay, just do the next thing. I never had to think for myself. And then fast forward to now, just like, of course, and my parents fought, and I tried to, as a little kid, try to mediate, right? And that created a anxious, avoidant, or disorganized attachment. So it's like everything that could happen to me, right? Changing schools, changing languages, um, technically, like my internal uh, language of from when I was born to when I was 6, the critical development age, is encoded in Cantonese. But I mainly speak English. It's been English for the last 32 years, Like everything in my brain is generally English, but like I also speak Cantonese fluently. And I've noticed that when I'm in Cantonese, I don't have the same hesitancy as I do have in English. Like all these things combined, and it's like, oh, okay, okay, okay. So I am in the bottom of an emotional hole. This is where I I had so much time because right now I'm at home taking care of my parents and taking care of the house, and I have a place to stay, so I don't really have to work, and I don't really have that many friends, so I have so much time. So much time. Like there's very few people in the world that have as much time as I do. So I'm making the most use of it while I still have this beautiful container. So I see the reason that the universe put me in such a hard place for so long so that I could be here at the bottom of an emotional well. I don't think it's by accident. It's so that I can know what it feels like to be at the bottom of the bottom and yet not, sometimes if it goes too far down, a life will crash. There's so many ways that a life can crash. Addiction, hard drugs, the wrong peer group, driving a car reckless. Like there's so many ways. But the universe have helped me bypass it all, you know, with massive social anxiety. So I didn't really have that much social negative influence. I couldn't really work. My massive ADHD just could not hold a job. So now I'm here with so much time building this program. And I couldn't write. So it forced me into visual thinking. And then I just started drawing one page every single day, mechanical pencil, just over and over and over and over. And it's been years now. I started out drawing pretty terribly, and it's still kind of terrible, but I don't need it to be extremely good. Right. So I am here. And here's one of the frames that I found that turns everything around. These are just, it's hard to even call them reframes. They are corrections, frames, like corrective lenses. So we are infinity playing small. I am infinity playing small. Here's the argument, right? Imagine infinity. Infinity is everywhere, all at once, all time. There's no sense of size. You can't be big, you can't be small, because infinity is everywhere, both big and small. There's no time, because it's everywhere all at once. But the thing with infinity is it's all the same, all the time, everywhere. And so I imagine that would be really boring. So I imagine what it would feel like to say, hey, infinity, I am infinity who actually wanted to know what small feels like. So let's say infinity created really small things like microbes and ants. But here's the thing, if you imagine the life from this point of view of an ant, it's not small. It's just the size it is. It's just, or a tree. A tree doesn't feel any sense of size, it just is. It could be a really big tree, but the big tree is just what it is. In order to have the feeling of size, of big or small, you have to want to be bigger than you are. And it's very strange. Like, we can't physically grow bigger than right here. So, where can we be bigger? Well, in our ambitions. This is where humans come in. Like, if we're just happy, just being monkeys and eating apples and la 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 la, that would we would never feel small. It would just, unless we got caught and we're stuck in a cage somewhere, like sure. But even that, like being stuck in a cage makes us feel like we used to have something bigger in order to feel small. So um my brain is burning out a little bit, so I'm just gonna be here. There's many layers that it's like it's all right here. It's And I'm working on being able to express it through this pressure, performing under pressure. This is why I do these live videos. And as a record for, in case anything happens to me, this is my work. This is a record of my work. Okay? In order to feel small, we gotta have ambition. We gotta want to be bigger. And on my worst day, here's the thing, right? Generally, my physical health is okay right now, so I'm staying with that. So this is how I separate it. If my physical health was decreasing, it would be a lot harder to differentiate. But because my physical health is fine, but I still feel so terrible, I use this frame. I am infinity playing small. It's like, what would it feel like to feel really, really small? Really feel really, really terrible. It's new. It's like, oh, what is feeling bad? Because to infinity, there's no such thing as feeling bad. There's also no such thing as feeling good, because good is a relative. You know, it's neither good neither bad. So it's like, oh, how can any being feel bad? Feel so bad that it's just like, oh, I'm so insignificant. I can't do anything. Just like, this is, it's just, I know somewhere that this is an absurd emotional frame. And I fought it for so long and I just couldn't until I flipped it, right? Like, wait, I actually wanted to feel this way. I wanted to know what it felt like to feel small, right? Remember, the ant doesn't feel small. The ant is just what it is. It doesn't have the neural capabilities to feel small. A tree can't do that. Maybe like a monkey in captivity, that would be terrible. So it's kind of like that. We're kind of like monkeys with so much potential and hope, and yet I'm stuck in this emotional hole. So this is how I accept it, right? Remember, I wanted to feel what it feels like. And so when I feel really terrible and really small, I'm like, okay, infinity, this is how it feels, right? It's like, wow, this feels terrible. Yay. Because it's an illusion. I know that there is no such thing as actual time. Everything is just this moment. Time is a feeling of this moment. Somehow, you know, with the whole circumstances of my life, the universe, infinity, I imagine I am everything. I chose to drive myself down to this depth of this emotional hole so that I bypass any social um, peer pressure. I don't quite have enough skill to do other things, so I didn't create a job that would be really well paying, then I would have done that. So it trapped me here in order for me to get myself out. And it also trapped me so that I had no written language. It was really hard. So it forced me into here, saying, hey, get out. Create the tools that will bring me out. And this is the tool. And the last 2 months, I've just been working nonstop. Like this, every single rung is all in place. I have to pull it all together. It's still going to take some time. But then the question is, what am I good at? There's so many things I'm not good at. I am not good at cooking. I can do it if I need to, but I'm not good at it. I'm not good at project management, companies, writing, so many things. But there's a part of me that's like, I am really good at something. It's like, what is that? I've been trying to find my own value because I've spent all this time, my entire life up until now, training something. And here's what I realized. I am really good at infinite emotional holding. Right? Part of the premise is that I am an emotional immortal. I've been in this hole a very long time. I feel really terrible, and yet I still have not yet perished. I'm still here. So what I realize is, as long as my physical body is safe, no emotions can destroy me. It's not possible. At least that's my frame, and that's how it allows me to be incredibly emotionally resilient. And I've been down here a long time without any people. You know, some people struggle with loneliness, but like when I've been like this my entire life, loneliness isn't that big of an issue. It still is. But I found a spell for that, right? I found the I am the loneliness that created the universe. I'm not going to go into it, but like, it's like, there's nothing wrong. Just stay with it. There's nothing wrong. It's just love. Um, right, so I have all of these emotional transmutation spells because I am riding on the foundation that I am emotional immortal. No matter how bad I feel, because of my entire existence, my life experiences that were not my fault. Here's the thing, too. It's just like the first part of trauma work is realizing this is not my fault. That a lot of things happen to me. I'm usually never a victim, but in the trauma world sense, like, yes, before this point as a child, I was a victim in a way, in that it is not my fault and it happened to me, and that there is really nothing I could have done to stop it. It's not a failure on my part that I am down here in an emotional hole. It's not a failure that I haven't been able to make money because I'm terrified of sales. It's just really hard. Whenever I'm in front of somebody, like if I'm trying to like sell coaching, like I just can't. It just blocks me. Again, this is all the universe's plan to put me right here, right now, holding this paper, having this paper loop, and this paper is me pulling myself up by the bootstrap of one piece of paper, amplifying my cognitive abilities, and I had to switch to visual thinking. There's no way to compress the amount of information I have on this page without switching to a completely different language. I actually had to invent my own language. And with this language, I can create a new word at any time just by drawing it. It's pictographic, right? Just simply seeing it, the shape itself tells me what the word means, and then I put it in a map form relative to everything else, and it instantly locks in that information as a part of the greater whole. So that, right, so visual thinking, um, that is one of my greatest powers. That is what has unlocked my brain for the last couple years. And it has allowed me to get to here. And then I've used visual thinking to map everything, emotions, all the physical things I need to do, the experiential moment, the map of maps, the social, and this is the system on one page. And when I put myself on the page, it loops, the page projects back into me. So here, right, I am looking at the page, I'm holding it, I am inside this page. So when I look here, anything I draw here instantly gets also created in my universe when I put myself in the page. It's a loop. This is the sacred loop here that allows me to project into the paper that projects back out into my reality, that maps my reality right here, right now, mapping what is. This is Enlightened Mastery University and the one-page mind that literally allows me to coach myself. Okay, so let's see. This is my first time even attempting to talk about it at this scale, so bear with me. I'm going to do my best. right? Terribleism, right? There's only so much terrible in my life, and once I use it all up, it's gone. So the best way to be good at something is to use up the terrible as fast as possible. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just going straight for it. I'm not like, um, I have emotions, and they, like right now, kind of make everything harder, and I'm just gonna keep walking. So here, this is the one-page mind. So I let's put me in the map. For here, I have myself here. I actually have myself in this map 3 times under 3 different um, circumstances. So 3 different maps. Each time myself, I'm holding the map. This is critical. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be recognizable. Whew, my voice is getting tired. Okay, so here, let's see. So the moment I look at this page, I'm literally holding this page. This is me holding the page, and these are 3 different ways of looking at it. Over here is the self-coaching revolution. This is the game I'm playing. I'm coaching myself in loops, and I'm getting better every time. This is my curriculum, and this is the self-coaching Olympic symbol. And I task one of my internal voices as my own Olympic coach. Oftentimes it tells me, slow down. Thank you. Right? So this is the self-coaching revolution. And how this works is I learn to self-coach myself. I teach someone else how to self-coach themselves. And then I teach them how to teach someone else. So when I teach one person, it turns me into a teacher. If I teach them to teach someone else, it turns me into a teacher of teachers. Can you see the logic of it? So if I teach teachers, now I'm creating more teachers that can start a cascade. This is the self-coaching revolution. This is my vision. Okay, I'm going to keep pushing for it. This is it. I don't know if I'm going to succeed, but who knows these things, This is the game. I'm just going to play it. This little guy over here, I'm going to redraw him, is the 2-step game. All right, so everything in life could be solved by systems. This is the system of life. These are things I've already figured out. If I am not getting what I want, I need to increase my skill. My skill is lacking somewhere. System skill. Everything I want can be solved. All problems can be solved by system, skills, or shadow. Put in a system, that's the easiest. Daily routine, boom, it solves the problem, great, and done. If a system isn't enough, it's because I'm lacking a skill. And so I imagine a skills tree. I'm just working on, all right? And if that still doesn't work, It's a shadows problem. It's an emotional issue. Like for me, social is a big shadow. I just can't talk to people. I freeze up. That's why I'm doing live videos. That's why I'm doing comedy improv. How do I step into a moment with nothing and create a scene, right? And then I'm going to learn social skills, name games. I have a whole strategy. But yes, shadow. So this is the action layer. This is the things I do. This is my action body. Um, okay. And I'm heading towards, again, this is really just a diary for me, like captain's log kind of thing. It's for myself, tracking my research into creating the one page mind, into creating the self coaching revolution. It's not meant for general public right now because I would tone this down so much further step by step. But right now, I've created the green light, red light system. If it's green light, we go for it. Green light is point B. We're going from A to B. A is right here where we are. B is where we want to go. If we're still heading towards B, green light, great. We're heading towards it. We take one step, we assess. Are we still heading in the right direction? Right? We take one step. If if it still aligns with B, great. If we take one step and it's like, wait, it doesn't align anymore. We need to come back to A to figure out where we are and how to recalibrate. So A is stop. It's like, wait, I don't know where I am. What's going on? If I get a massive panic signal, it may be saying that I'm off course, or it may be saying that I have some sort of signal error in my map. This is my map. This is my point A. Where am I? Right? In A to B, I need to know where I am. I need to know where I want to go. And then I start taking steps in that direction. So, as long as I'm still heading in the right direction, everything is green, I keep walking. If I go want to grab a cup of milk to drink, I walk towards the kitchen, I open the fridge. If I see milk there, I grab it and I pour milk, done. Nothing, no problem. Let's say I go to the kitchen, I open the fridge and there's no milk there. Error, red. I wanted milk and there was no milk. Stop. I need to reassess. Like, oh, I thought I had milk. What do I need to do to correct this? Maybe go to the store, right? This is the red light, green light. In between is pause. Let's do that. Pause. Rest. Let's do this. Rest. If I start getting too frantic, I feel tired. It's because I'm using emotional effort. I need to slow down, like yellow light. And then green light, okay, keep going. Or stop, red light, too much, burnt out. Red light, green light. It's so good. I'm so excited. Okay. And in this map, this entire page also exists right here. It's map that maps itself and includes myself holding the map. It's two-parter now that I say it out loud. I'm holding the map And because I'm holding the map, I can now anything I draw here, it gets projected out into my actual world when I'm looking around, right? And this map over here tells me to project this entire page in big over to my left. It is a mental projection system, the one-page mind. So the map. And because I wrote the map here, I also write it big up here. So 4, 8. Here's a trick to it. It all has to be consistent for our minds to just click, right? If I wrote the map up here, I also write the map up here. So this links this to here. Me holding the page, my body here in the real world gets projected into the page, which then projects this back out into my reality. This is a journal entry. This is not meant for other people to understand, but like all the versions of me in the future, like come on, like remember? This is why today's date is so important. This is why this is such an upgrade. Like I felt like today needed to be special, so my brain wanted to create something special. And this is the one page, like I am literally pulling myself up by the bootstrap mentally. I'm projecting myself into the picture, and the picture projects back out into my world. Like, what? What? That's what I was feeling, but I couldn't capture it until I'm stating it out loud right now. So this page, entire page right here, is this page right here, which if I'm holding this page right here, the way I'm picturing it in here, I would be like this, and then this map is this map, and it's also projected into a imaginary version to my left. Like three-way Inception projection. Ah. Okay. So, um, over here is signal land. If I'm panicking, my signal is all wonky, and I need to apply the corrective signal correction lens. If it's anxiety, I lean into it. If it's loneliness, I use the spell I'm the loneliness that created the universe. If it is grief, I use grief is love with nowhere to go, and returns the grief back into the channel of love. Envy, oh, that just points to what I want. Great, okay. There are no emotions that are bad, and no emotions that will cause me to do a negative thing. All right, so this is the one-page mind, Inception. What is on this page, though? Okay, there is mastery. Let me. I'm following this page right here and redrawing it. So it is mastery. If life was a game, this is how to play it. These are the 5 dimensions. 6th dimension is spirituality. I'm leaving that out for now. Spirituality would the strategy would be somewhere up here. I have a whole thing right here. Okay. So imagine this is the box, the cube. These are the sides that fold up, and this is the lid. So now the cube opens up, and these are the 5 dimensions. I have 4 different maps anchored to these corners. The health wealth relationships map is right here. And the science of success, life, um, the actualization map is right here. And then the star map is somewhere up here. Maybe I'll do it right here, the star map. Okay. I may or may not explain it in a bit, but for this moment, see, I think not in language, but in this, in visuals. So it's hard for me to translate everything into words, into a linear word form. So this is the star map. This is the health wealth relationship. In 1, 2, 3 ascending tiers. This is the science of success. It's going from A to B and knocking down all obstacles in between. But if it's that easy, why doesn't everybody just do it? It is because they have fallen into the emotional sea and they're just spinning and spinning and spinning and they don't realize it. And then we activate our trauma shields, which is like watching TV, scrolling Facebook or video games, and now we're stuck in here. What do? We focus on our routines, ... We start to get out of the sea. We reward ourselves later. And then we do emotional strength training. And we get in our emotional battery, emotional submarine, which takes negative emotions and charges it up for a better yes tomorrow. And then if it's good, we savor it. So we're resting in action. That's how we survive the emotional sea. Okay. And life is about converting time to value we can save. So we can work or we can play and we can do physical work or we can do symbolic work or we can do physical play or symbolic play, routines, or we're stuck in the sea. We can train, learn how to swim, and we can enjoy ourselves. Those are the 4 types of time. Actually, this is free time. Free time. Life is all about what we do with the free time, how we invest it. And in this map, Maslow's hierarchy of needs is right here. So collective actualization. The crucible, our childhood crucible. We drop into the world. And then we have to climb this Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which could also be health, wealth, relationships in 3 tiers. And then we become an expert by picking a hill and going for it. 1/0 states that any action towards our goal is better than no action. And if we're heading towards our goal, why do we stop? 1, we get distracted. Ooh, game over. 2, we get anxious, fear. I can't do it. We get stuck. 3, we get overwhelmed. Oh my gosh. Then we drop into fear. Then we want to do anything to get out of fear. So we play video games, watch movies, so we get washed up. We're past all 3 of these. I'm bored. Are we sure we want to do this? and then we get washed out. The goal is to get to here, which is deep practice, which means we're getting paid. And as long as we get a little bit better every single day, eventually we'll become world class, assuming we avoid the fifth and final trap, which is burnout or injury. That is the map to success and why we fail, because we don't have a goal, we don't take steps, we've fallen into the ocean and spinning and we don't get anywhere, or we get stuck in one of the levels in the game. Okay? Or we don't know how to spend our time effectively, which means we want to maximize free time and invest it, which means we want to get our routines locked down and compress them, and then we have maximum free time, and then we invest it in the projects and getting up the hill. You don't have to do that, but that's just the way. And here is picking the hill that you're going to spend a long time in. Okay, so that is the science of success. Health of relationship is the nest of being on earth. We maintain our health, we maintain our wealth, we maintain our relationships. Okay, what's a basic health? Our physical health. The equation for this is rest, fuel, clean, dress, exercise, stretch, and balance. Basic maintenance. Then we want to do beyond maintenance. Next step is mental, emotional health, and physical training, something more than just maintenance. We train or we enjoy ourselves. We get a massage, we watch a movie, or we learn something fun. We train for a marathon more than we need. We train our emotional strength or we train our mental strength. Ooh, okay. Then, the highest tier in health. Ready? Well, one is moment by moment awareness. What if one day I realized, wait, every moment I live, every word I ever spoke was already poetry. Every move I make is already dance, right? And every noise I make is already song. And I just chain that moment by moment to the end of my days, right? A life is made out of a series of moments. Well, that is moment by moment and a fully embodied spirituality. And I want to convert time to value I can save. This is part of the success part of the game. And here's the rest of the map. It is map within map. This map references itself many times. This is the science of success map. This is the wealth, relationships within itself. These are the 6 dimensions of reality, right? So this references itself within health on the highest tier, guiding me every single moment of what to do. Health, wealth, immediate wealth, the money in my bank account, the house. So I imagine wealth like I am standing on a block of ice. And the payments I need to make are like little chunks in the future that will take out some of this chunk. So the bigger my ice block is, the further I can coast, and I would have to keep refilling that. The moment I run out of ice and I need to pay something and I don't have it, boom, I crash and I burn. That's the game of surfing, ice surfing, anyways, or money surfing, whatever. But where does my money come from? From my job, career, or businesses? Business. A business has to work without me, or else it's not a business. If I'm working in it, this is my um, hamster cube. If I'm not running, I'm not making money. That is, if I coach people one-on-one, I have to keep doing that, or else I will not have money. If I build a business system and I sell an online product with marketing that funds marketing, now I have a system. So that's one of the goals, build a business. And people who come out of it ideally are better off, and that everybody is a win-win-win. Win-win-win. Win for me, win for the client, win for the world. And I maintain everything by systems. Okay? What kind of business jobs or careers do I go into is determined by my life purpose, which is determined by my Science of Success map. So this is my life purpose. Whatever I determined it to be is point B. I want to become financially free, so financial bodhisattva. I want to do it in a win-win-win manner. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. A to B. That's it. Going from A to B. And then it is time to value I can save, moment by moment awareness. And wait. See, this is different. It's a little different. Okay. Time. Right. Time. See, I almost got it wrong. Investing time. And the vehicle, here is my morning routine, free time, evening routine. Okay. And then the emotional C is why I don't get things done. To get out of the C, I have to go into routines and get out of the trauma shields, and then reward myself later, and then do strength training to learn how to swim, and then get into my emotional battery, which buffers me. Okay. See, this map is in here and in here. It references itself many times. I guess even in here, I could also see myself holding the map. Again, this is just me off the cuff, the one-page mind. That I just added just now. Okay. And this person is also holding the map. Like I'm holding the map at all times, everywhere, right here. That's the power of this. That's the self-coach. I always know where I am. I'm always walking with a map in hand, in mind, hand, mind. Okay. So that's wealth, right? Whatever I determine as my life purpose will determine what kind of business, jobs, and career I go into, which will determine how well it refills my bank account. And then I can pay for, maybe the house mortgage, all the other things. Relationships. Close relationships. Um, where do my close relationships come from? My community. My community consists of fun community, business community, and purpose. It doesn't make money, but we need to do it. And what is relationships on the highest tier? It is all shadow work. It is all me. We're all one. We're all family. We're all Buddhas already. But just because I think that way doesn't mean everyone else thinks that way. So I still need to remember basic self-defense and defend my community. Community self-defense. So I want to teach emotional self-defense. And the people that come and stay in our life or leave it is determined by how well we maintain our boundaries. Our boundaries are our yeses and nos, and how we attain to our own hurt so we're not chasing somebody out in the world to fulfill us or heal us. And then lastly, all judgments about other people are self-judgments. So we can judge other people, but just know that it only says something about ourselves and about our shadow self. Okay, that's relationships. All right. Um, hmm. Where does emotional immortal come in? Emotional immortal kind of comes in here. It leads, anyways, in here, it's everywhere. Okay, oh, see, I missed something. Right here, I want to become financially free. That will make me a financial Buddha. And if I help someone else become free as well, I become a financial bodhisattva. And I want to make sure I do it in a win-win-win manner. Win for me, win for the client, win for the world. I want to be aligned to my life purpose. That's kind of it. Um, so this is the map to success. This is the health, wealth, relationship map. This is the nest that we need to maintain. And then once we maintain it, what do we want to do with it? Anything. And then we take on a challenge and we start building with free time. Okay, this is the dimensions of our reality. And yeah, this is the health, the pain and pleasure fish. This is a yin yang within a white fish. The fish represents life, black represents pain, white represents pleasure. Usually an organism is steered by moving towards pleasure, like food, water, nutrient, away from pain, like, oh, poisons. However, in our life, some pain are good, exercise pain. Some pleasures are bad, addiction. So oftentimes we train to, not do addiction and embrace exercise pain. But when we spend too long in that, the entire world flips and we think all pleasure is bad. Or let me correct, I my world flipped when I stared too long into the dots, into the exceptions. And so I thought that all pleasure was bad because it was all addiction, and all pain was good because it's all strength training. And then I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get any momentum in my life because I wasn't using pleasure as a guide to what is good, and I wasn't using pain as a guide to what I shouldn't be doing. So this is a correction spell to zoom out. But again, pleasure and pain are both good. Pain tells me what not to do, and pleasure tells me what I want to head towards. So they're both good. All life is navigated by that. So that's a fundamental correction spell for pleasure and pain. Over here is the inner child adult paradigm. I don't have the energy to explain the entire paradigm, but this rocks everything. This is my version of um, internal family systems. My system boils down to three: the inner, parent, child, adult. The adult is last because the adult has the last say. Do I put on seatbelt? Yes. Do I brush my teeth today? Yes. The child doesn't decide that. The parent, the parent's only job is to support the emotions of the child unconditionally, lovingly, right? And if the child can trust the adult, my inner adult, to contain the physical damage in the physical world, and trust the parent to support my emotions in the emotional world, my child can now feel free to just express themselves as much as they want. The child is the only one that's actually free. The parent is a universally loving parent. The adult, there's things we do: brush our teeth, these wear seatbelts, that are just not negotiable. That's just what I do. The only being that is free is my inner child. Okay. Um, Here's another two map. I am stuck inside a emotional hole. So this represents the four primary emotions. These are all blocked, and my desire is blocked. This represents desire block. These are all good emotions. These are all bad emotions. What we think of as bad, they're still good. These are all, this is my life purpose, desire, drive. This is my drive to just let go and go with the flow. Right? So effortless emergence, effortless action, life purpose, wait, financial bodhisattva, life purpose, point B, where I want to go. And this is desire. This is desire, this is fear, this is anger, this is sadness or hurt. And I've been stuck in this little emotional hole of massive trauma from most of my life. And now I've built the entire map to be able to get myself out of it. I can hold this map at any time and know where I am emotionally. I know where I am, what I need to do in health, wealth, relationships. I can know where I need to go in like internal grand life purpose, like self-actualization schemes. In the middle here is moment by moment awareness. And wait, no. I have the, there's so many things. Okay. This is where I put the emotional C. This is how I manage the emotional C. This is how I can escape my traps. This is what I built to escape my traps. There's so many things. This is my emotional battery. A bad day just charges me up for a better tomorrow. Routines. This is how I get out of the trauma shield addiction. I reward myself later. And I do emotional strength training to learn how to swim in the emotional sea. Okay, so that's the emotions. This is my emotional processing unit that takes care of all the fluctuations. In this moment right here, I have a heads up display. My one breath meditation, breath, postures, speed, let go of emotional effort on a ground of nothingness. All right, up here is my map. This is this, I reference this map again over here in here. This is symbolic brain. This is my map of maps of maps. So this is my little dude here. I'm taking steps, systems, skills, or shadow in a red light, green light format, and I put this very map, the map, to my left. I'm holding the page, and I have my heads-up display right here. This is where it is stored inside of the cube in the symbolic plane. This is mostly physical pleasure and pain. This is kind of the internal social system, parent, child, adult. My prime emotions and the traps that it's been stuck in. All positive emotion, negative emotions. This is my emotional regulator. This is my heads up display. God, it's an hour and I'm still not done. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. Um, this is where health wealth relationship would go once again. This map references itself so many times. Oh my gosh. Okay. Rest, fuel, clean, dress, exercise, stretch, and balance. Uh, mental health. Slow down. Mental health, emotional health, physical pleasure or physical training, pleasure, um, fruits, and then time to value, moment by moment awareness, fully embodied spirituality, while keeping the map in mind. Okay, and physical wealth, where this my wealth come from? Business, job, business, job, or career. What kind of career do I want to go into? Life purpose map, A to B, map to success. Why do I fail? Emotional C. Time to value. Time. Daily routine, free time, invest free time, daily routine, done. Health, immediate relationships. Where do my relationships come from? My community. And ultimately, what's the highest goal of relationships? We're all one, all me, all family, all Buddhas already, but just because I think that way doesn't mean everyone else thinks that way, so I need to focus on community self-defense and self-defense, boundaries, love myself, judgment as shadow work, as my shadow self. Whew! Okay. Up here is the map to success. A to B, emotional C. Time to value. Time. Okay. Financial bodhisattva, life purpose, win. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do. Okay. All right. So is a map that references itself so many times. This is the rules of community. Don't do harm. 3 rules. Absolute shielding. 3 rules. Don't initiate harm. Don't make it easy for others to harm you. Don't use threats as a tool. The 3 shields. People lie for 3 things: money, sex, power. Keep an eye on those 3 things. Up here are my business systems. This is what maintains my wealth and things I need to do to maintain them. These are my general systems. Okay. So that is the dimensions of reality. The maps all link to here. This goes to here. The self-coaching revolution, I'm not sure where that goes, but it's probably up here. Actually, it's, it's here. Thank you, brain. Self-coaching revolution is here. I learn self-coaching, I teach one, then I teach them to teach one, and then I am done. XX. Self-coaching revolution. That's my social game. Wow, see, that's new. Okay. I haven't even drawn the this. The experiential dimension, the heads-up display, is right here. Fear HUD. R2, reality 2, daydream land. Focus on that which I can control. R1, reality 1. Reality 0, nothing's happening. Reality -1, -2, -3. Reality 3 is a reality I'm piping in. I'm watching TV, I'm not even using my own brain. Okay. 1 breath meditation, breath, speed, posture, let go of emotional effort into effortless emergence and effortless action on a ground of nothingness. can see why the system is comprehensive. I can't even talk about it fast enough. Okay, this is my physical plan. Then I do the plan. And then I play. This is my social strategy. Just give away value. Give it away. Just like right now, I'm just giving it all away. Because I have so much that it will never run out. I handle everybody the same in an archetypal manner. And any judgment is self-judgment. Okay, I drop down, moment by moment awareness in a massive multiplayer on Earth, and moment by moment improv game. Boom! Drop into Earth. I drop down into my emotional regulation system. Into my emotional battery. Bad days charge up good days. Good days, I just enjoy them. Okay. And to get out of the emotional sea, I do my daily routine whether I feel like it or not, and then I reward myself afterwards. And I do emotional strength training to learn how to swim in the emotional sea. This is my emotional processor. This is my every single day. This is my plan for emotional training. Plan. Doing live videos is one of the plans I do by myself. So I'm doing it right now. And then I'm here to play full out. I'm way past time, but oh well. Um, and then I'm planning social emotional training. So I'm doing improv. These are people, and I'm improving. Yay, with somebody. Yay. And then I'm playing full out. And then I'm stuck. This guards my emotions, anger, fear, hurt. My desire is blocked. I'm stuck in an emotional well, but I have my page. I'm stuck in a hole. But remember, I am infinity, playing small so I can get back up, so I can feel big. The bigger the low point, the higher I climb, the bigger the contrast of life. This is all positive emotions. This is all negative emotions. This is my point B, life, financial bodhisattva, win-win-win, life purpose. This is flow, letting go, effortless emergence, effortless action. Okay. On top is symbolic processor. Again, plan symbolic work. Do the plan, like sit in front of a computer and just do it. Plan it, do it, play. Social, plan, teach, so do it. And then play. And then again, this is my map. I am burning out. Skill, system skill, shadow, green light, Yellow light, red light, the map, and I am holding the map. And here is the heads-up display. Okay. Whew! And I have another version that's over here. This is just a log for later. The 9 precognitive dimensions, the 7 uh, levels of cognitive development. 0 is sensation. 1 is emotions. 2 is beliefs. 3 is world view. This is unconscious. Once we realize that, the idea of a blank slate, what we're born into, is not what we have to live with. 5 is archetypes, but we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Archetypes. You can learn archetypes and then build a multi-perspective worldview. So this is 6, and 7 is the unified framework. That's the 7 steps of cognitive development. The 9 precognition, before even concepts, there are 9. It has to exist in the experiential dimension with nobody reading something. Concepts do not exist. Experiential. Memory. Okay. Memory, so imagine shelves. Attention, like a spotlight. Who is directing the spotlight? Volition. The concept of I, these all come before concepts. In intuition, where ideas bubble up, who is seeing it? The witness. Imagination, I can change things. And in between, thinking is nothingness. That is not a concept. This is the 9 pre-concept cognition dimensions. So this is kind of the roots of reality. I have the chakras that I have adapted to my own system. These are my chakras, right? 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've extended them to 7 above. 0 is nothingness, from which everything arises. 1 is life, physical life. Without physical life, there's nothing. 2 is desire, love that is partial. Number 2 is everything that I want, desire. 3 is everything that I don't want. This keeps out things I don't want. 4 is love that is whole. It's love. This is the social dimension. 5 is throat, so expression, everything that comes from inside out. 6 is third eye, so everything that I see, so everything from outside in. 7 is storage of those knowledge. I can remember, memory. storage. 8 is the all medicine. Imagine this is a drop of the most precious medicine in the world. Anything you drop it on just cures it. Eye problems, drop, boom, perfect vision, cut, boom, drip, it solves it. So this idea of anything we do that's good for the world. 9 is like the German word for nine. It's like, no, don't do these things, don't go around hurting people. This is what not to do in life. Okay. 10 is imagination, the source of all the creations. 10. 11, I imagine 11 is like a goalpost. It's like things that don't move. These are the rules of our reality that does not change. Physics. 12, it's like the hands of a clock, right? These are things that go round and round, but they come back to exactly the same place. 13 is like 12, but except we add 1 or subtract 1 every single time. So these are the cycles, vicious cycles and virtuous cycles. Virtuous cycles help us, vicious cycles make us really bad, terrible. 14 is the dimension of dimensions, meta. And really, I stop at 14. There's too much. So 14. These are the 14 chakras that I've adapted to my own system. Okay. And then there is the becoming source yantra. Which again, I just don't have the time to put everything together, but I am here. This is the CPU. These are the 4 different dimensions: symbolic, social, emotional, physical. And I'm capturing value in these solar panels. Symbolic, if I'm created a new map. Emotional, if I've done emotional strength training. Social, if I build a social connection. Physical, if I build something physical. These are the other maps that are the same as these maps. So this one is right here. But then it's controlled by systems and future me, systems and future me, systems and future me, systems and future me. This is the bigger ideas that I capture. Anyways, I am source, radiating value all the way out in every direction, and I capture them in these solar panels and convert them into value that I can save, I can put in the bank. This is roots of reality, the hypergame strategies, resets, and rules. This is about growth. Everywhere you go, there you are. Failure, social would be rejection is freedom. Failure is good. You gotta embrace death, and you don't need to go anywhere. Cool. That is becoming source yantra. And right, the 3 rules of success, the 3 steps to success is this. 1, know what to do and do it. 2, if I'm not doing that, decrease emotional blocks. And then 3, if that still doesn't work, increase emotional fuel. But really, it's just step 1. If you know what to do and you do it, you'll have success. Success is a mechanical process, and everything boils down to 0 from doing no action into 1. What action are we doing? 1 over 0 is any action is better than non-action. Any action towards our goal is better than non-action. And the whole game is a game of 2-step. We take an action, we feel signal, see if it's in the right direction. If it's correct, it's green light. If it's not, red light, make corrections, and then take another action. Whew. All right. That's it. That is the whole one-page mind. The map, the one-page mind. This is why this is going to be a game changer. And the one-page mind works because I put myself in to the system. So at the moment I hold my paper and I match the shape that's in the paper, I project myself into the paper, and then the paper then projects everything here out into my outer reality. And now I have a map at all times so that I always know where I am, where I get stuck. I always know at this point. When I wake up in the morning, um, I am doing routines. I am doing my routine. I'm taking steps, free time. I always know where I am, and I can always diagnose my problem. Anyways, happy May 25th, 2025. So 52525. And this is the presentation of the one-page mind of Enlightened Mastery University. All right. I love you all. And until next time, mwah.